here with Mark Hamill. And for those of the younger generation who don't know who he is just yet, he plays Luke Skywalker in Star Wars. Hey! How are you doing?
Good.
Enjoying yourself at the house?
Very much so. It's very exciting.
Star Wars has just been re-released. How do you feel about that?
It's a great opportunity for people to see the movie the way it was meant to be seen, which is large and loud. I mean, a lot of kids have only seen it on television, and I didn't expect that they would know the difference as much as they do, and I should go by the barometer are my own children, because when I first heard they were going to re-release them, I said, George, come on, everybody's seen these things. And when I told my kids, they were really excited. And what I'd forgotten about is what a party atmosphere that exists when you go see these things, because people are cheering and laughing and hissing the villain, and it's really sort of, it invites you to participate in a way that other movies might not. So it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a fab film. What do we think of Star Wars? Top movie. Now, it's hit the top spot in America, and it's set to do the same here. Well, we know it will. So are you amazed at the impact it's made after 20 years?
Of course. You know, I mean, I've done a lot of other things since, but, you know, the passion that people have for these movies, they've kept them alive in their hearts and their minds for so long, and it's like I call myself the host body, because I did 3 movies and I played Luke, but Luke's gone on to have adventures in comic books and adventures in CD-ROMs and games and novels and so forth, and so people come up and ask me questions about, I guess in some novels I'm married with children, and I sort of kind of left it behind, and his life and his adventures have gone on. And so my kids are more expert at all the minutia of the stories than I am. In other words, I still call it, I said, oh, you mean like that pointy head medical droid? And they go, Dad, it's IG-88.
So why do you think it's still so popular?
Well, because it deals in themes, and it's a myth. It's myth.
Fantasy, isn't it?
Sure, it's fairy tale. I mean, people say, well, it's science fiction because we're flying around in these spaceships, but you know, let's face it, Denise, we've got a princess, a pirate, a wizard, a farm boy. I mean, it's basically the same kind of stories that have been told since the beginning of time, and it's very reassuring, especially to young people, because you know, it's a very difficult world to live in, and happiness is hard to come by, and these movies make people very happy because they're very optimistic movies, and they tell you that you can succeed. You know, Luke is not any spectacular, muscular giant,
But he's sexy.
Well.
Hey. And everybody can dream of being one of the characters as well.
That's right. That's right.
What's it like watching yourself as a young man? Young man!
Hey, that's what I tell people, see, because I wasn't real anxious to rush out and see them again, and in fact, I balked at the last minute, and I said, I can't do this. I mean, it's like, how often do you get out your old high school yearbook for fun? Because you look.
I try not to, actually.
I was going to say.
Those dodgy hairdos.
Well, that's it, though. You look at my hair, my teeth, my everything. So, no, I'm not someone. I've never been satisfied with anything I've done. I mean, I've liked some things better than others, but it's the special effects people that can go back with computers and change things. You get a computer to change my hairdo, Denise. There's a big prize in it for you.
I wouldn't need to do that. You look fantastic, sweetie. So what do your children make of their dad being in Star Wars?
Well, you know, that's another thing. Because when I was a kid, you know, I was thinking, gee, if Jerry Lewis was my dad, I'd laugh all the time. But Luke Skywalker doesn't come in and tell you to clean up your room and get a haircut and improve your grades. So I think the separation is understood by the kids. I mean, they're real happy that they're out there, because you know, part of this is that they didn't experience firsthand the kind of pop phenomenon that it was. I mean, they see pictures and books of lines around the block and so forth, but for them to actually go out and see them themselves, and it's something I never expected to happen.
Now, when you read the script for the very first time, did you think, yes, I want to do this, or did you have to think about it? Because initially it was going to be, people thought it would be like a B-movie flop, didn't they?
Well, especially the English crew didn't really, they'd say things like, don't you think it's rather odd that here you are on this massive technological Death Star, and no one can so much as locate you? I mean, it's ludicrous. And I'm going, well,
That's
come on.
very good.
Well,
You got the part.
No, I just said, but it's not that kind of a movie. I mean, it's really meant to be a children's film. We didn't expect grown-ups to even go see it, but it's true to what it is. I mean, it doesn't pretend to be anything else than a good time, and I really thought it was a great film. I really did. No, I didn't think twice. I said, ooh, I want to do this.
So why do you think Star Wars has sort of stood the test of time? Because there's like huge box office smashes like Independence Day. Do you think they'll cope and last as long?
Well, like I say, fairy tales are timeless, and since we're set in a galaxy far, far away, I mean, there's nothing to really date us like a wardrobe or certain cars that you drive, so it probably stands up a little bit better than if we were set in the real world.
Right, well, we love Star Wars, don't we?
Well,
Right,
you
do
kinda
stick
have to
around,
say
Mark.
that,
Do
don't
stick
you?
around.
All right, I'll stick around.
This is Channel 4 and you're watching The Big Breakfast. But now stand by for a reason to be cheerful.